Hello again, and welcome back to YouTube. As I promised, it's only been a few seconds. Um, anywho, yeah. One thing I'm doing right now is I'm heading back to the dungeon. A lot of the farming I've been doing has been off-world. For example, I have this balloon. I have the balloons. It's called the bundle of balloons. If you remember, I had the jar of sandstorm, like the sandstorm in a jar. The other versions are the blizzard in the jar and the cloud in a jar. And you can put all three of those into a... Okay, this is going to be a terrible night. I do not know what that means. I believe it means a boss is going to spawn. 1.2, they added hard mode bosses will spawn, similar to normal mode bosses will spawn. You get a small little defunct little image that says so. So we'll find out what happens. I'm a little bit worried about that, because it could just mean, hey, some rare mob's gonna spawn, but I think it's gonna be a boss, because this game likes to dick me over. As I was saying, you can put the, if you look here, it's not very good lighting, but my normal jump is a normal jump, of course. Get away, fairy. Normal jump. Then you can see I have the sandstorm. So, jump, then sandstorm. Then there's the blizzard. You can see it's kind of snowy. And then there's the cloud I jumped off of. The bundle of balloons, in order to create that, you use a blizzard in a balloon, a cloud in a balloon, and a sandstorm in a balloon all together. It allows you to quadruple jump. It is very beneficial. The twins. Okay, I can deal with the twins. I think. Okay, one note, if you just saw it there. Apparently, magic poisoning them magically doesn't kill me. A little bit sad. I was kind of hoping to get a little bit of health. Or actually, it could just be that you only take, you only do, 1 damage a pop. They are very... You're supposed to go against them with ranged weapons. It's the suggested. Magic is okay, due to the fact that most magics are ranged attacks as well. But it is pretty heavily suggested that if you ever consider going against them with melee, or unless you're doing it as kind of like a show, you should probably consider euthanizing yourself in the nice way. Now, I don't actually believe that. The first time I actually ever beat them was with a melee weapon, or it was with the light spheres, so it's a ranged melee weapon, but I can kind of understand the sentiment of people who would think it's stupid, just because of the fact that, as you can see, I'm pretty much getting messed up if I'm not constantly moving. If I stop to fight them, they hit me, I start taking lots and lots of damage. Now, the important thing about them is you want to kind of spread your damage out among them with love. And by with love, I mean shotguns or miniguns. The Mega Shark, very powerful against them. The Mega Shark, especially if you have some ranged armor, has a chance not to consume ammo. So if it doesn't consume the ammo, then you're usually pretty golden. The Shroomite armor, damn it, once you damage them to a certain point, they evolve. As you can see, that one evolved. So I'm gonna try to... Now, one big thing is their movements are pretty similar to the Eye of Cthulhu. Spastix, his movements are very similar to the Eye of Cthulhu, except he adds a flamethrower. And he shoots, instead of shooting tiny little eyeballs at you, he shoots, fireballs of hell. Rostic, sorry, I'm having a little trouble reading them while I'm also trying to fight them. The laser guy, his movements are they're less erratic, but they're a lot harder to predict because you haven't already defeated somebody with that same movement style. And one thing you can use to defeat them a little easier is a graviton potion. It allows you to fly. But I have a little bit of trouble with the graviton potions. They make me dizzy. I'll show you in a minute. Like, I'll go ahead and show you after I either die or deal with them what they've changed about it. But basically, instead of you, like, it used to be you'd flick, which I can kind of, like, that kind of messed with me a little bit, but I could deal with that. But now, god dang it, will you stop damaging me? Okay, I'm hoping I'm close enough to the nurse. Dang it. I just despawned them. I was only right here. How is that too far from the nurse? See if I can get back. I thought I was closer. I apologize about that. Anyway, let's see, did I have one in my... No. I'm gonna go ahead and take a graviton potion. Not really a big deal for just one. Just to waste one. And it is for example. I've had to use one. I was doing some skyline hunting in one of the farm worlds. Farm worlds are pretty... Like, when I say farm world, basically what I'm meaning is I create a world. Okay, so that's just trash now. Is I create a world specifically to go and plunder. I'm trying to think of a way to explain it better than that, but yeah, that's pretty much it. You go there, you loot some chests, you mine some minerals if you need them. It's how I was farmed for the minerals I didn't have available in my world. I just went to a world that had them. And then skyline hunting, basically you want to create a small world. They're a lot easier to load into. And if you have wings like this, I can jump up to a small world. I can jump up to a small world floating island. Whereas my floating islands in my world, as you can see, are much higher. A small world floating island would probably be closer to about here-ish. Now, as I was going to show you all the gravitational potion, you fly up. Yeah. Completely messes with the world. And that makes me dizzy. I have trouble with that. The old way, it used to flip you up and upside down. I had no problem with that, honestly. I'm going to turn that off. Sorry. It is a little bit of a problem with this for me. Because, like I said, if I use that, I get dizzy. But it's not the end of the world. So, if I have to use it, I'm not abhorrently against it. I just would prefer not to. Okay, anyway, back to what I was doing before the twins decided to try to bust my party, which I'm still pissed off that I don't know where I was when I queued. I must have been too far away. Well, of course I was too far away, but I was really hoping I was close enough. The reason I did that is because I was taking a lot of damage, and yeah, whenever you fight a boss, like a hard mode boss, you want to have a, at least an iron skin potion, because it will reduce the amount of damage you take. Actually, I'm trying to think. Like, I know it used to reduce the amount of damage you take. It might now just increase defense. Your defense does reduce the amount of damage you take, but it used to be like a flat percentage. Now I think they've just added it to your defense, which can be more or less, depending on how much your defense is. As I was saying though, Shroomite would probably be the best armor to wear against them. Like, of course you're not going to have Shroomite by the time you're fighting them the first time, but Shroomite seems to be the hard mode answer to ranged, like the hard mode high ranged weapon. You could wear any of the hard mode metals just with a ranged upgrade, like a ranged helmet or whatever. I think it's called the ranged helmet's called a mask, and the masks generally have percentage to not waste ammo or percentage to not consume ammo, similar to the mini shark. So we'll have to find out about that later. Sorry, I'm still just kind of in my head. I'm just kind of hating on myself for ruining that because I could have taken them. Anyway, if you kill one, like as you saw after I did enough damage, it kind of evolved. Normally, you only want one of them to evolve at the same time. I kind of messed up with that fact, but you want to spread out your damage between them so that they're both getting hit. But you only want one of them to evolve at first because, as you saw, that laser stream, like the flamethrower, you can dodge. That laser stream, you can dodge. Both of them at the same time, it's very hard. So it does become a problem pretty fast. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I'm kind of getting a little sidetracked. But yeah, after you've killed them, you saw that there was a small wire connecting them. After you kill them, whichever one's alive goes into kind of a more, like a second rage mode. The second rage mode, you want the laser one, or like either of them going into the rage mode. Well, of course, rage mode's rage mode. You don't gotta think twice about what that means. But for the most part, if they go into rage mode, you want to be careful because, well, come on, leave me alone. Just want my money back. As you can see there, the teleporting is a little bit random. So, yeah, as you saw, he was teleporting back into shotgun range. But that was more because of, honestly, that's more because of the area's lack of teleporting areas. Wow. Picked up my first Keyblade here, and now I'm picking up a second one. This is pretty good. Maybe I should talk to y'all guys more often when I'm doing stuff. It's like, even when I'm sucking, maybe I should bring y'all along. Seems to be beneficial. Anyway, as I was saying, they're free. So, their movements become a little more erratic. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the fifth. They can't shoot through closed doors. So if you can be lucky enough to just get behind a closed door, it will benefit you greatly. Will you get hit? Okay. As you can see, my venomous staff I'll probably be replacing soon. I'm going to get behind the door. No, I'm going to get behind this side of the door. I do kind of wish at the moment that I still had my light discs, because light discs can be thrown through single panes, similar to doors. Ow. This game isn't being fair. As you saw there, it was a double teleport. He tried to teleport here, but he teleported down here instead because the second hit registered. And he just messed me up pretty hard, so I'm going to go back here and farm some health. This is a good thing about my armor. Yeah, I can farm health. As you can see, I get 10%, or as I've said before, I get 10% of magic damage I cause. So with this, I'm usually getting about 5 or 6 health per hit. Comes out to about 100. Like it'll normally come out to about 100 health per cast if I'm hitting targets like that. When it crits, it can crit up in the hundreds, which gives me 10 health. And of course, hopefully, if I get it changed to a better prefix, that will help. But I haven't gotten that far yet. Also, although I said it's not a very good move to use against them, it's not exactly a bad move to have one out. If they get hit, they do move, but you're also going to get health. So, okay, if they're going to stay down there. Also, it's very good to know how much damage you do with a single spell, because as you saw with that one, I was able to take him out with a Zealous without too much of a problem, because I knew it would I'd have enough kick to take him out. One very important thing, if you noticed, at each of my houses I have a piggy bank so that I can keep, like, I can do stuff like transfer money, keys, souls, things like that. Things that are useful. I can transfer them quickly. Another thing I have is I try to have a crystal ball. I don't think I actually have a crystal ball at my jungle house yet, but that's more of a yeah, that one's more of a I haven't gotten around to it putting one there yet, instead of like I don't want it there. Crystal balls cost about 20 gold a piece. At this stage in the game, gold isn't very, like, gold's still good. Like, money's not exactly the newest thing you're going to get. Like, you're not rolling in the dough. But apparently we've entered corruption as well as dungeon. So I guess we'll find out soon what that means. As you can see, I'm getting Souls of a Night, that's why I said that. If you've noticed, there are some weird keys down here. I haven't actually figured out what they... Like, weird chests in here that have unique keys associated to them. I haven't actually figured out what that means. I am a little bit disconcerted, though, because I haven't seen a spirit or ectoplasm from any of those. See, I don't have any other keys, do I? It's a little bit sad. One thing you also might want to do is carry around a piggy bank with you so that you can just place it somewhere and break it later if you, in case you need something like keys. Because, like right here, 2 keys would be amazing. But yeah, like I was saying, I'm not getting any souls. Souls are a rare drop, kind of like, well, souls and spirits are rare drops. So there's a chance only a chance they'll appear. But I am a little bit disconcerted that I'm not getting any spirits, although I'm still getting souls. I was kind of hoping maybe for a double up, get some ectoplasm and some night would be nice, but it's not looking like it's possible. Will you leave me alone? Another good thing about this is it does hit harder slightly, but it also has like almost just as good as a chance to crit, but it shoots faster. So I can put out a magnetic sphere, and then while my magnetic sphere is overshooting one guy, I can come down and make it rain poison on other people. There we go. I was getting a little bit nervous about that, but apparently it is possible. It's just unlikely. I guess it'd be about the same as getting a double soul from a monster. Double souls are very rare. There are some areas where you can get it, like where above them is hollow and below them is corrupted, or the opposite. And basically it means you get a soul of night and a soul of light from both of them, or both from one person. Or if you're farming meteor heads, you get it from, like, you might get it not from a single, but like from the same farm set. It is a little bit easier to get multiple farm sets than multiple farms, but this is the main problem with the Paladin. Not so much that Paladins hit hard, because that is a problem, but more of that not only do Paladins hit hard, but they also, like, the dicks also always have friends. So as you see there, I pretty much just ran away because I'm not set up to be able to fight that many people, especially not if one of them's a Paladin. In theory, if you do well against a Paladin, a way to combat them is to use a... Come on. Sorry. Is to use... Wait, is that Soul of Light? Okay, apparently this is a very good place, because as you can see, I just got a Soul of Light as well as Soul of Night, so this is actually a great place to put meteor heads, if I had them, like if I had some meteors with me, because it would allow me to farm both of them. The small problem with that is it wouldn't allow me to farm either of them reliably. I couldn't just go here and be like, yeah, I'm definitely going to be getting Souls of Night, or I'm definitely going to be getting Souls of Light, but it would be a great place to farm for both of them. And the fact that I can also get spirits and ectoplasm would be a nice way to find out if I can get spirits off of any monster, or if it is just the skeletons. Now, as you can see, this time there's a Paladin. There isn't a lot there to... Well, apparently now there is. Every time I go up against a Paladin, I think I might have a chance. I always get a Necromancer, like, right there, that minute. One of the problems with the Paladin's hammer is it does travel through walls. So you can't reliably dodge it by going through walls. Another problem with it is, like, he won't summon his hammer if you can hit him, but getting to him to hit him when he has 1,000 other people joining the fight, not nearly as beneficial or easy as it sounds. Now, you can kind of see the reason why I had the setup I did. Normally, healing up takes a while, but I'm healing up extra from my fire, and because I'm in the honey, as you can see, my health regeneration starts skyrocketing. I could put a nurse in here, but I prefer my nurse to stay around the monster arena for reasons. But one thing I can also do is Well, put up all my stuff. Yeah, these are fine. I have an extra shadow key, sweet. But I'm gonna get some golden keys. And as you know, like if you remember, the honey buff lasts for 30 seconds, so I can actually get up and leave before I'm done, and I'll be healed by the time I get deep due to the honey buff. Also, my ability to shoot people helps. Like my magic healing does help in that aspect as well. It's not quite as reliable as regeneration, but it is up there. Ouch. Okay, anyway. One of the main reasons I'm in here is because I want to farm bone leaves. It's kind of sad because he's kind of a rare... Like, he's not a rare, but he's a... I guess you could say he's kind of like the mining skeletons from the normal areas. He's not rare, but he is kind of a dick to find. He does have a habit of not being places where you want him to be. Also, if I can get to a paladin, and if I can fight a paladin and kill the paladin, that would be great. As you can see, it's a little bit cheap, but this is going to be the first time I kill a paladin if this works. I'm above him, so he's trying to get to where he can see me to hit me. And apparently I just killed a paladin. This is my first time killing a paladin. And he dropped bones, so apparently he must be like an undead paladin. So does that make him a death knight? Huh. Anyway. That was my first time actually ever killing one. So, thank you for giving, like, y'all are apparently good luck. I need to keep y'all with me more often. Like, I do a lot of stupid things when y'all are around to try to impress you. But when I'm not being stupid, y'all are really good luck. Another thing that's really annoying about the necromancers is their hits slow you. They give you the slow debuff, which, well, it slows you. These are the chests I was talking about. I don't actually know how to open them. I actually haven't even seen anything on the wiki about it. I was looking earlier today, or was it yesterday? Like, it was either earlier today or really late last night. Like, one of those areas, like, of the day. But, yeah. And I just couldn't find anything about it. I don't know if that's because I didn't know what I was looking for, so I just couldn't find it, or... Anyway, but what I'm looking for specifically is the Ninja Tabby from Bone Lee. The Ninja Tabby will allow me to combine my black belt, my tiger climbing gear, and, well, my Ninja Tabby. And it will give me the ability to cling onto walls like I can do with my tiger claws. The Ninja Tabby, like the black belt, will allow me to dodge, and the Ninja Tabby will allow me to dash. Now, I'm not sure what dashing does, but the ability to sometimes not be damaged is totally worth something that might not be cool. One thing I'm remembering I didn't actually go through and tell y'all about. I'm wearing Spectre's armor. You've seen the effect of it like the last two playthroughs where I'm getting healed constantly. Will you leave me alone? Let's see here. Could I maybe hit that with a keyblade? Now, Spectre's armor, it's lower defense than the titanium armor, if I remember right, by a few. But 8% increase to magic damage, 8% increase to movement speed, really nice. 7% increase to magic damage and critical strike chance. And then increases magical or mana by 80% and reduces mana cost by 17. So let's just show you me taking that off, because this is totally a strip club now. Now if I look back here, does 40 damage, and it costs 14 mana, and of course it doesn't heal. It's still a very powerful spell, but with this on, it only costs 11, so that's a 3 mana reduction, which is kind of weird because this spell doesn't, like, this isn't a spell you're casting constantly, so honestly I think it should have a much higher spell cast. I add this, it increases the damage, add this again, it increases the damage more. Did I just lower my damage somehow? Yeah, I think I just lowered my damage by 2 somehow. Oh, wait. So, yeah, that was probably a mistake. Whoops. One good thing, if you can get the paladin to throw his hammers downwards, it's actually beneficial compared to him throwing them up. Because if he throws the hammers upwards, they arc. If he throws his hammers downwards, they're single. As you can see, the ones that are being thrown upwards start arcing at a certain point. Come on, do damage, kill him. He drops a shield and his hammer. I don't know much about them, other than what they are, but from what I understand, his hammer is one of the strongest hammers in the game, but it is just a hammer, so whoop-de-doo. But at the same time, necromancers are dicks. But again, at the same time, it's a hammer. It's pretty powerful. Not like last time, I'm going to put up stuff. No, I'm just going to sit here. One thing I'm going to need to do is buy like a ton of wire, which might require me to do some multi-world farming, which takes a while. Make sure I have the right spell out. What? How did he open that? I'm just gonna make it so. If you put a torch on the inside, you can't open the door that way, so with torch, that way it can only be opened outwards. A little bit troublesome if I'm trying to open it, but not really that much. My inventory is not completely full, so I'm going to keep going down. Just give me a second to... Okay. Sorry, I just had to type in Paladin in the wiki. The Paladin drops the Paladin's Hammer and Paladin's Shield, but they're currently unknown drop rate. Give me a second, I'm trying to look this up. The Paladin's Hammer is a weapon. It's kind of weird because the wiki says it's a hammer, but despite being a hammer, it cannot destroy walls and objects. But hammers don't destroy walls and objects in this version, so I don't know. Maybe it's still a strong hammer. He also drops the shield, which, let's go to that, is an accessory. It absorbs 25% of damage to players on your team. Basically, it turns you into a tank. You take damage that your teammates would have gotten, or had to take. It's a multiplayer-focused item, similar to the... But I believe it would work very well with the turtle shell armor. Turtle shell armor, if you remember, I picked up a couple of turtle shells that one time. Turtle shell armor makes it so that enemies are more likely to attack you. Doesn't really matter. That doesn't really matter much in single player because you're the only person they can attack. But it also reduces the amount of damage you take, so it wouldn't be a bad thing armor to have in this mode. Yeah. But going through with it, it is one of those. It is mostly team orientated, and the paladin's shield seems to be very team orientated too. It pretty much makes you into a tank. Let's see here. I have no reason to go back down the way I went, so I'm just going to keep going this way. Let's see here. Again, we're mostly here trying to farm Bruce Lee's. Or Bone Lee's, sorry. Bone Lee's an homage to Bruce Lee. This is a giant skeleton. He shoots out, like, giant kill-me lasers, or kill-you lasers. He's very powerful. It's one of those, he's really powerful, but he's not really something you gotta be afraid of. Enemies. Mostly just because, like, if you can get him to come out of the walls, he takes a couple of hits, he's dead. His big problem is that he likes to stay in the walls. Let's see, now these are hell armored. Similar to the other armored skeletons, just these ones have a stronger armor. Red is stronger than, or blue is stronger than red, and hell is stronger than blue. I believe, I'm trying to think. Of course, red is better than nothing. Blue is better than red. Rusted is better than blue, and hell is better than rusted. I could be wrong about the blue and rusted. They could swap places. Pull that up, map up. The map is very useful. It allows you to see where you've been. Obviously, that's what a map's for. One good thing about this place is I could come through here and cut all this wire out. All these light switches and all these traps have a lot of wire connecting them. Actually, I probably would have been beneficial to do that before I activated hard mode, but I'm an idiot and forgot to do that, so yeah. Normally you want to explore this place completely before you go into hard mode. These are the rusteds. Yeah, rusted armor. That's a sniper. He has a chance to drop a sniper rifle. or a rifle scope. I'm gonna go ahead and get that. Rifle scope increases view range. See here. As you can see, I can kind of move around. Although it does make it a little weird to do some stuff. Very useful for a weapon, like for a ranged weapon, especially a longer ranged weapon. These are the other casters. He blinds you. He shoots out, basically, he shoots out a bunch of magic missiles. Very annoying. Do I have a key? No, I do not. I've been here before. I should have known that there was a key there. This place is a little troublesome for me. Or this little area right there. As you can see, I died a couple of times here. Mostly just because, well, you get a lot of them there. And the magnetic sphere isn't very useful against areas with a lot of people stacked up on each other. So let me take care of this a little bit and we can move on. Okay, what I'm going to do here, place this. Screw you all. There we go. I'll put that door back here. There we go. Make it all look nice and neat. Throw that away. Go figure. I get too caught up and die. Okay, that was my bad. I just did something stupid. Probably actually should have just completely taken that out, but see, never had a rifle scope before. Got a lot of flares. So we can get rid of that door, I don't need it. Let's get one more golden key. Let's get rid of water candle. Let's get rid of the grave markers, of course. Yeah, I guess that's everything I want to get rid of. Now we're gonna go back there again because why not? Actually, mostly because that's progression and what we need to do, really. Whoops, that was a mistake. No, that was the wrong way. Kind of sad, invisibility doesn't work nearly as well as you wish it would. Here. Ouch. You stop hitting me. People are mean. Well, anyway. So I was saying, I'm probably just gonna go pick up my money if I can get that far. Definitely gonna empty out that chest. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that before. Well, here's a Bone Lee. Go figure. So let's hope he drops the right thing. No, because he's a dick and he wants to keep all his loot to himself. Don't you just hate those inconsiderate people? Is that turned off? Weird. Probably never would have noticed that if I didn't get blinded there. Okay, this is pretty much all the dungeon I've seen, by the way, as well, so... We could just say this episode was just a tour of the dungeon, with a little bit of progression and fighting. It's not a sniper. Snipers aren't exactly bad to have around, but... snipers have a chance to drop a rifle. Of course, a sniper rifle, but... they're actually not that horrible to deal with. They're pretty weak, but they will hit you pretty heavily if you can't get to them for some reason. Like there's an army of dicks between you and them. Another type of zombie you can get here is the tactical skeletons. Actually, that's where I got my tactical shotgun, was the skeletons. So, there are some good things about it. If I still had bombs, I'd throw a couple of bombs here to get rid of the loot all and grab. He didn't drop a tabby. Yeah, those spikes you usually want to get rid of. I don't know why I'm not getting rid of them, but... Also, that guy, it has explosives. You've probably seen it, the Skeletal Commando. He uses explosives. Sometimes they're easy to deal with, but if they can get you at range, they can mess you up pretty well. Getting a lot of armor polish. Interesting. A new voodoo doll. Don't exactly know what it does. And I'm not going to use it until I do. I've been down this far, but like only once, I think. So it's on my map, I know that. I just, like, it wasn't really a pleasant trip when I got down here the first time, I'm guessing, because I haven't actually done things like turn on that light or set torches around for vision. So I was probably actually, like, running from something. And then I died right around here, so yeah, it definitely wasn't pleasant. Dying's usually not pleasant. Well, here's another chest I don't have the key to. This one's key is ice, it looks like. Between this episode and the next, I'm definitely gonna have to look up what those, like, what the new keys are. So in hard mode, you always want to be careful with treasure chests. They could turn out to be mimics. I've actually been kind of bad about that lately. But most of the treasure chests we saw multiple times. Mimics move around, so like if you can't open it, like you saw the first couple, I couldn't open. I didn't go back. Like when I went back to them, they were still there. Mimic won't do that. I believe you've actually seen me kill a few mimics. If I remember right, there was a double mimic that I took out in Hell not that long ago, or like at the beginning of hard mode. So yeah, mimics look like chests, of course. They're very dangerous. They're more dangerous not because they do a lot of damage, but more because they're like unexpected. And again, I was being destroyed constantly by them for like 2 days. Like every time I'd see a paladin, it was destroying me. Well, actually, never mind. I could, like, hell, even the first couple of times I saw paladins with y'all, I was being destroyed. So now, paladins, no big deal. Huh, handguns. Let's see here. What can I get rid of? Oh, I misread that for a second. I'm like, clothier voodoo doll, edible. I'm like, wait, edible? Well, why is it edible? But no, I just misread that. Let's see here. No, leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. This game's just being a dick to me. What? Okay, wooden arrows don't need. Blink root don't need. Spiked black belt. It's not bad. Okay, run around here and make sure I got everything good. Loot that, break it. Okay, see what this does. Okay, apparently it's a constant, which makes it very useful. Like, is he getting hit by that multiple times, or... No! Shit! No, bad. I was in love with that weapon. Okay, we're going back. We gotta go back. Voodoo doll's going in there. Sniper scope's going in there. Keyblade and gravitational potion. Actually, let's just put all the potions in there. I'm going back. That staff's a little bit dangerous because, as you noticed, I ran out of mana without realizing it because you can hold that weapon down. But at the same time, as you noticed, it was very powerful. So. And I think I was hitting him both ways through because the weapon reflects and bounces, so. Just gonna run back. Not letting you get in my way of having your weapon. Like, I don't care if it's stronger or weaker or useless or what, I want it. It is mine. I've earned it. I do apologize about dragging y'all along with this, but if anything epic happened, I'm sure y'all would want to see that, and y'all give me good luck, so I'm bringing y'all with me either way, so ha ha ha. You are my prisoners. I will wear you around my neck like a rabbit's foot. Joke's on you, sucker. I don't need the light. I have a mini-map. Even though his attack doesn't look like it'd be a bad one to have. It seems to home out and look for your enemies if they're within a certain amount of range. Only problem is it does look a lot like my healing ability, which is kind of sad because I keep half wanting to walk into them because I'm like, yeah, health, yay! Wait, no, bad. Luckily enough, mine do home purely, so I don't need to worry about it. It's just kind of one of those things I keep thinking that. Hey, look, it's a Bone Lee. You want to be nice and drop a Ninja Tabby? Sweet! He dropped a Ninja Tabby. Obviously, this is how I need to go through the game from now on. Bring y'all along, definitely, and ask them to drop the thing I want them to drop before they die. So, if I do that, obviously I'll get everything I want whenever I want it. But I gotta make sure not to overuse it, because if I overuse it, then maybe they'll stop. I don't want them to stop. I want them to like me. I want them to give me really good loot. If I remember right, yeah, this is exactly where it is. Is that in the map? No, my tombstone's in the map, though. Okay, as you can see here, this allows me to dash if I double tap in a direction. Hopefully dashing is a good thing, but I'm not going to say straight out that it is. I don't know. First off, I'm going to swap that out for that. This uses 5 mana, and it creates a beam that bounces off the wall. We've already kind of seen it. One thing about it is it can be very costly if you hold it. It does keep attacking, but it does keep using the mana. It's also a much longer range than my, and I can use it with it, so. I don't know, I'm liking it a little better, and it seems to do more damage than my, poison staff. So, we'll see. And it does light up the whole way, so I can kind of use it as like a flashlight. So there's that. Bone Feather, sweet. The Bone Feather I just picked up is a very rare drop, similar to the... It's one of the feathers. I can use it to create wings made out of bone. Put that there. I'm not really seeing anything for that. And that's probably just a dud room, yeah. I should probably go back now. I got what I wanted. I got what I needed. But we've seen when I've had stuff I've wanted and needed before. Sweet, he dropped another Ninja Tabby. Let's see here. Don't really need slimes. I need that feather. Just put these there. Loot and boots. Oh, maybe I'll get something cool out of killing him. Ectoplasm's not bad, but okay. Now that we've done that, I do apologize for dragging you all along on my personal vendetta for so long, but screw you guys, I wanted this stuff. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and head back. Let me check on the time. Okay, it's been over an hour, so I'm gonna end this recording. I'll be back in a few.